Hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the We're Going 5 podcast powered by TSH Tennis. Are you kidding me? Did we just watch one of the most wholesome, most inspiring, most heartwarming stories?
Unbelievable.
Not just in tennis, but in sports history.
Yeah.
Valentin Vacherot, Ismail, Arthur Rinderknech, Harun, cousins all the way at the mountaintop in Shanghai. Crazy stories along the way, but as much as there are other amazing stories that we need to talk about, this one takes the cake. This is the story of the week. No one saw this coming. No one
Story of the
had
year, arguably story of the year.
the emotions that we had during this final, during this week from these two guys, Ismail, Valentin Vacherot, coming all the way from the qualies, ranked 204 in the world, wins the Shanghai Masters. Talk to me about this man.
Valentin, you are the man. I love this story. I don't know, guys, if I've ever seen such a heartwarming story in tennis history. This is unbelievable. The guy was coming as an alternate to the qualies.
Yeah.
He wasn't sure he would get a chance to play even at the qualifiers.
Yeah.
He didn't know, not only did he know he was going to make the main draw and do what he did, he wasn't sure he was going to play the tournament. And he's thanking the tournament director after for coming and picking him up, even though he's just an alternate. It's unbelievable. I love this story. It seems like it couldn't have happened to a more wholesome guy. This is what we love about tennis.
Sports.
I'm coming out. I was bawling for 10 minutes nonstop watching that trophy ceremony. Wow. Him crying because he can't get the words out to his cousin Arthur. Arthur crying because he can't get the words out either. Just so much love, so much sweat and tears that came into this moment. I got goosebumps watching it. I got goosebumps just the fact that this match went to a final set. It was meant to be cousins at the top of the game, going to a final set for all the marbles. Unbelievable. It's just so beautiful to see. There's no other sport where the number 204 in the world can come and take down all these guys and lift the trophy and be the champion of the week. This is incredible, incredible guts. Fascinating just about how the sport of tennis works. I love every single bit about the story. There's so many things to talk about, but just my emotions are overflowing. I was crying. I was crying with them on stage. This doesn't make sense. It shouldn't happen. Yeah. But when you believe enough, when you keep grinding, you can get there. You can get there somehow.
Yeah. Harun, I'm kind of at loss for words. I actually want to build off of what you guys are going to say because I am still overwhelmed by what we saw. But your thoughts, please.
Same, man. Same. This is an amazing story. Truly. It's everything that you would want. Like, what's better than an underdog story? Let alone this specific underdog story. Like, not only is he just the lower ranked player making it deep into the tournament, he is a guy that we haven't heard about. We don't even know who this guy was like a week ago. This is the first time I've heard about him. Maybe guys that are covering the Challenger Tour maybe knew him more. But he didn't win like a main draw ATP match in a long time. Like the last time he won an ATP main draw match was in Monte Carlo. So this is somebody that came out of the blue completely, playing lights out. Brilliant tennis, honestly. Like, it's so fun to really watch him play. That match against Holger Rune is really, like, that was an amazing match. The way he handled the emotions, the way he actually pushed himself through that match, coming up with insane shots, the entire tournament, like, it was awesome.
Unbelievable
really.
Level, Haruna. I don't even know. Like, you're reminding me of Rune. Rune, that was like 2 matches ago for him, and that was incredible.
I know.
He's been playing incredible all tournament. His level was unbelievable. You're absolutely right. It was a ridiculous level of tennis. Ridiculous.
His backhand, he was coming like not the entire tournament coming up with insane backhand shots. Insane backhand, like what unreal. And his serve was unbelievable. By the way, in that third set, in that final against Arthur Rinderknech, he hit 15 winners and 1 unforced errors. Like, this is unbelievable level. This is not just, wow, he won in the end and it's an amazing story. The way he did it, point by point, game by game, serving amazingly, hitting unbelievable shots, coming up with insane level of tennis, not making any mistakes, and making it so fun and dominant and offensive while doing it. Also, this is a guy against Arthur Rinderknech who was hitting winners the whole tournament as well. Like the way he was winning his matches, is serving great and hitting and outperforming the other player by hitting more winners. And he outperformed Arthur Rinderknech, which is signature type of style, I guess, to this entire tournament. And guys, like, this is his thing, by the way. Like, this is his thing of coming back when he's down a set to win the match. Yeah. Like, this is not the first time he's done this. This is his signature. He's the comeback kid. He's done this 31 times in his entire career. The exact thing, by losing the first set and then coming back and winning it and like winning it.
6 out of the 9 matches of this tournament. He needed to win 9 matches to win this tournament. 6 out of 9, he was down a set. Yeah. Ridiculous mental toughness. Like every single time, Harun, to your point, every single time I'm like, Valentin is gonna go away here. Like, it's too much. The moment's too big. Come back. Yeah. Amazing point. Clutch. And every time he's like winning it a different way. One time he's winning the rally at the back. He out-efforted whoever from the back. One time he's coming from the net. One time it's a clutch serve. He did everything. Yeah. This guy, he was playing like we're number 1. He did everything. This was amazing.
All in front of Federer. All in front of Federer.
Today in front of the Raj.
Today in front of Raj. Yusuf, what do you think? I have more stuff to say, but let me give you the floor.
Yeah, there's so much to say, right? But like building off of your points, guys, like the fact that he was able to withstand, like we saw everyone fall like flies. From Sinner to Runa to Mahaj to who you can name it.
Djokovic.
And at least Djokovic shook hands in the end and was able to finish the match. Like, we're actually going to commend him for that, and we should. But so many guys were falling. From qualies all the way to push through and standing. You even saw in the ceremony, Rinderknech was dead. He cramped in the ceremony from how much pain. This tournament was about suffering. And there's no one that knows as much about suffering as guys on the Challenger Tour. Mm-hmm. Ask anyone. They tell you the Challenger Tour is the toughest tour to play. It's much tougher than the ATP Tour because of how hungry everyone wants to win.
Juan Mascherano said, Yusuf, credit to your point, Juan Mascherano said that exact thing.
I'll tell you. Yeah, that's exactly. I listen to any player. They talk about the Challenger Tour. They can't wait to get out, not because of anything, but just because of the grind and how much everyone's so hungry. Yeah. And he suffered this tournament, it came to life, but just the sacrifice. I just want to go back to the story of Valentin Vacherot and Arthur Rinderknech, just both of them. Just, you can see in the award ceremony, overall, it was a culmination of the blood, sacrifice, and tears that you talked about. And you don't know when it's going to come. You don't know when it's going to come. But he felt something was coming, because we have a screenshot of him talking to a friend of his saying, hey man, I'm actually going to sign up for the Shanghai qualies as an alternate, and maybe, you never know, but maybe a sick run could come. And the sickest of sick runs came, and he was able to take down incredible players on his way, and to be able to take down the GOAT, Novak Djokovic, who was the king of Shanghai, on your way to this tournament, because Novak was coming. And Novak, as much as he was suffering, he was standing tall in the end. He was able to take him down. And in that final game, in that match against Novak, I'm like, does Valentin Vacherot have what it takes to win? Point. Novak gave him hell in that last game. And he stood tall, and he was able to fight back mentally, physically, tennis-wise, to beat him and go on. And then to see what he did against Arthur Rinderknech in the final. His cousin, who should be the one to win that match, because he's the higher ranked player. He's the one who's been in big matches before. He took Sasha down twice.
He also had a heck of a run.
Exactly. We're going to talk about his run.
His run was unbelievable.
At some point, maybe even Rinderknech is like, it's time, cousin. It's time for you to lose. The Cinderella story ends here. But no, he fought from a set down again, like you said, Arun, to be able to take down his cousin and win this match.
The comeback
and move from number 204 in the world just 2 weeks ago, and now he's in the top 40.
I don't understand.
This story is one of the most amazing stories I've ever seen in sports. I've watched lots of sports. I am a hardcore fan of many sports. Very few stand side by side with the Valentin Vacherot story of winning the Shanghai Masters.
I don't know. I'm in my emotions right now and my feels, but this for me is the greatest tennis underdog story ever, I think.
In our lifetime.
In my lifetime.
In our lifetime.
I really,
we haven't seen anything like that.
I can't remember. I mean, I can't think
The
of
closest thing is Emma Raducanu in the US Open.
Yeah, US Open 2021. Someone has something to say about that one.
Yeah, it was amazing, but this was just unreal, and like I like it just shows you what in the world the bizarre sport tennis is.
Yeah.
Because honestly, guys,
his life's changing.
No, his life's changed forever. He's forever a legend. By the way, just automatic from this. If he does nothing ever again, he's a legend.
It's already he can retire. Tournament. He can retire now.
If I was him, I would retire.
We need to see him. No, he has him. Stay with us, brother.
No, but we need him to stay because my point is that his tennis is amazing.
Yeah,
it is.
His tennis is amazing. He does everything on the court. He did everything better than everyone this tournament. He was better from the back, and he has power from the forehand and the backhand. He finds angles from the backhand that I'm not sure outside the top 3-4 guys that they can find. Amazing ability to find angles on the backhand. His forehand, he can
Where did this come
whip
from?
it.
Where in the world did this come from?
He has legit power from the forehand side, and his serve is unreal, and he has quality volleys. Yeah. He has touch at the net. His hands are amazing.
And he moves so well, by the way.
And he moves amazing, and he's huge.
He's
I don't understand.
193.
How is he 204 in the world? But this dude's awesome.
This is proof to how
it makes no sense. It makes
no sense.
Tennis is the toughest sport to break through in. It
you
really
will never
is.
convince me otherwise.
Because
you can never convince me there's a more tough sport than tennis. This guy was number 204 in the world 10 days ago.
Yeah.
This makes absolutely no sense. His level was honestly insane. Go pick any of his matches this week and watch the highlights. He did everything it was incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible. The way, and also I don't understand how he had the fitness to gut this one out.
That's insane.
I don't understand how Medvedev, Sasha, Rune, Djokovic, all these players were suffering more. Sinner. Greek sport. These players, they couldn't handle it. He won those fitness battles. How? Yeah. How? It doesn't make any sense how he was able to do it. He played more matches than all of these people, by the way.
Yes, he came from the qualies. He's coming from the qualies.
The way he stood tall in that final set against Artur Rinderknech in that final. Why is he, at some point, he was 15 for 15 on serve points, not first serve.
With 0 and 4 stars
on serve. He didn't lose a point on serve until the last game, I think.
You know, but like he reached, everyone dreams at some point, whether it's in a workout, whether it's during work, you reach a state of flow. And it felt like in that final set, he reached that state of flow. He was just like, Artur Rinderknech was fighting so hard to just stay in the match. And how many times do they pan that camera into Valentin's face and he's smiling? He just lost the point. He's smiling. He's in a different state. Like you're watching. This is a guy who has so much confidence right now, Haroon. This is a guy who, like, mentally, he's in a different place. The confidence is beyond. He probably never reached that level. And who knows if he'll ever reach that level again. But he was in a state of flow in that final set against his cousin. And when I would watch him and I would see those smiles after points lost, when I see those smiles after just grueling battles, I'm like, a man with that smile on his face standing that tall, even though he's tall, he stood even taller than his height. There's no way he's going to lose. The's no way he's going to lose.
He's jacked up, by the way. The dude's jacked. Like, the dude's fit as a bull. The dude's so fit. Like, it's not just the tall, skinny guy like Medvedev, but this is also big. Like, he can play a different sport. He can play basketball. Like, he's a really athletic player. But I think that's his strategy. Like, again, I want to go to the point of comeback. Like, Artur Rinderknech in that final, it looked like he was the better player in the first set by far. Like, well, not by far, but looked like he was the one. It felt like he's the one taking control. He was serving a bit better. The more unforced errors were coming from Valentin, and then it felt like, yeah, okay, it's his magic ran out, and it's probably gonna be Artur's match. And then he slowly started to like show this amazing level, and then you start to get into your head, oh my God, am I gonna lose this match? Am I gonna lose to the qualifier? Am I gonna lose to somebody I haven't even heard about? The only one that heard about him was Artur Rinderknech, which is his cousin. So everybody else like, am I going to lose to this guy? I haven't even know his name. And then that plays with your head. And then he comes up with and then he like it really crushes you when he comes with that big serve at you. When he comes with these crazy passing shots and these drop shots, unbelievable, guys. Like also,
it's awesome.
He won more matches, Smail, during this tournament than all of the other ATP matches he's won an entire year. Like he's won more, he won more matches these past 2 weeks, this fortnight, than he's done the entire year.
To your point, Harun, his prize money, his entire ATP career prize money before the Shanghai Masters was $594,000. And in Shanghai, he doubled that. He goes home this tournament with $1,124,000. So you want to tell me about life change? You want to tell me about in Shanghai how he did what he didn't do his entire ATP career these 2 weeks? Life changed completely.
He deserves it. He deserves it. It was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. Like I want to talk about that final set because you talk about the momentum and how he was able to gut it out, like the state he was in. He he was up 3-love, and then 3-1. Artur had a very nice.
It wasn't up 3-love.
No, it wasn't 3-love. Sorry, it was 2-love, and then it was 3-1, and then at 3-2, or at 3-1. Sorry, Valentin had 5 break points in that game, and love 40, and somehow Artur gutted that game out, and he held serve for 3-2. He calls the trainer because he had an issue with his back. Obviously, these dudes have been fighting hard all tournament. And he takes a medical timeout. There's a 3-minute stoppage there. I'm like, this is potentially momentum changing because he just had love 40. He had 5 break points. He wasn't able to convert.
The rule is you break back.
Yeah, and the rule is you break back. They penned to Valentin. He had his shirt off and he was just breathing on like, maybe he's nervous. Maybe he's thinking about this. He comes out. Ace service when it was 40-love.
It's so hard, by the way, to do that. It's so hard to do. Even
he held serve at love.
It's so hard.
It's not normal what he was doing. Like the mental state he was in, it was not just a state of flow in that final set. It was a state of flow this whole tournament. It makes no sense how he was able to hold that state of flow all tournament. Like remember when Tsitsipas, he came back from 2 sets to love down against Rafa in the quarterfinals of Australia. And then after he called it nirvana. He said it was an outer body experience. Yeah. Valentin just had that for 10 days. I don't know what he was on. I honestly don't know how you can get into that state for 10 days. Yeah. Because he was coming back from a set down for 6 of the 9 matches. It's over 10 days. He did that. Starting from the qualies.
After every match, when they do the on-court interview and they're like, okay, tell us how. He's like, how do you feel? And he's like, I don't know. Like, this is unbelievable. I can't believe anything that's happening. And like, it's as if you're talking to two different people. The guy that's on the court and then the guy that's afterwards. Like, I have no idea what's going on right now. So you are right. Maybe that state of flow wasn't just in the final set, but it was probably the entire tournament.
Yeah, and I don't know if it hit him. I don't know if it hit him.
It hasn't yet.
I don't know if anything hit him until maybe until the victory speeches were like when Artur started speaking and Artur couldn't handle the emotions and he was breaking down crying, and then Valentin starts crying and then I start crying and everyone's crying. But like I don't think it hit him until that moment. I honestly don't. Like even when he went to his family, like I think he looked like he was still in shock. Like this dude was in shock, and I don't know when it will hit him of what he did. I don't know if it hit him in the speech, but he got emotional. Yeah. But like, it's hard to understand.
I agree with you, Smail. Like I don't even know if this is ever gonna hit him because like the whole story is just so dense. There's so many layers of things that he's achieved, and just talking about one of the aspects is beating Djokovic in straights.
Yeah.
That is already a lifetime achievement that you could just put aside and say, I beat Djokovic, the greatest player of all time, arguably the greatest athlete of all time. I beat him in straights at a Masters 1000 level, which is, by the way, also again to put this into perspective.
Convincingly.
We have here are some legends or some like really amazing players that we had in the sport. We had Monfils, we had Fritz, we have Raonic, we have like these amazing players. And also then you have Jeremy Chardy, also a French legend, and Andrea Seppi. All of these guys collectively tried to play Djokovic 67 times, and all of them could not beat Djokovic once. Yeah, Valentin Vacherot, who beat Djokovic at his first try. Come on, man, that is crazy.
You know, this is a point really hard when, like, after he beat Novak, I'm like, okay, because first of all, you had Novak as champion, so I had Daniil. But when we know we were having this cousin thing, I'm like, he just took down the GOAT. Like, it's just to make this story complete, he has to win the whole thing. To be able to take down Novak and then go on to win, like, as much as like Rinderknech is an amazing story also, but to take down Novak, who's the Shanghai king, and then to go on, he had to win it. He had to win it.
It was unbelievable. But this good. The dude, like,
guys,
he honestly, like, there's not a more deserving champion this week, this tournament. No. Unbelievable. No. But he did everything. You can't throw any shade at him.
You know, but like Haroun saying about layer upon layer upon layer, like we were talking about Valentin Vacherot when he made it to the semifinals, the lowest ranked player ever to make the semifinals of a Masters, and then he makes the final, the lowest ranked. He is now the lowest ranked player in ATP history to win a Masters event. It really is. He's gonna go down in the history books in so many different ways. But that's one of the biggest ones. Like, you're going to go back and say, by the way, like, this is a story. If you've watched tennis, you're going to be like, by the way, remember that Valentin Vacherot story? It's going to go down in lore. Like, you're going to talk about it for years and years, because it's going to be the story, like, down the line, 10 years down the line, 20 years down the line, someone's going to make a YouTube video or something, the Valentin Vacherot story.
Unbelievable.
And it's going to be this one.
It's an awesome, heck of an amazing story.
It really is.
And I hope that he will be able to understand what he did at some point, because this was beyond. This was sports glory.
You can't write the script. You can't write a script like this.
No, you can't. Hollywood can't write this puppet.
Guys, another point that I just want to say is because, like, sometimes we have these fairy tale stories that the fairy tale runs and you're like, wow, that's amazing. But usually somebody catches a break, you know, because somebody catches a break or some walkover, something like the top player, or like, pulls out. And Rinderknech was also saying that, like, when they started imagining about it and dreaming in the quarters, maybe this something could happen. Maybe some top guy could pull out. Like, that was the only way they could imagine something like that happening. But he earned every single point he played on that court. Nothing was given to him for free. He had to really earn it. And that's something. What's even more amazing to me is that there was nothing given to him for free. There was nobody that played horrible. Everybody was trying to play the best level, and he played even better. So, hats off, Valentin. Amazing.
The only break he got is that someone pulled out of the quali so he can play.
No, but also a point here. Remember Greek sport, by the way. After he lost him, he's like, I don't know. I hate tennis right now, and I hate this sport, and like. I don't know. Right now, maybe he's looking at it a bit different now. I just beat Sinner, and then I go on to lose the number 204 in the world. Yeah. Well, guess what? You actually lost in a final set to the champion of the tournament. Yeah.
So he looks like a top 5 player, by the way. He looked like a top 5 player. Like,
well, he took down all the top. He took down top 5 players on the way.
Valentin looked not like a top 5 player. Valentin looked like he's the number 1 player in the world. He looked like that. Every time I watched him play, there are 2 people who look like the number 1 players in the world this tournament. It's Valentin Vacherot and it's Arthur Rinderknech. They played by far the best level of tennis I have ever seen in Shanghai this tournament. They were the best by far. And I don't know what in the world this says about the tennis tour. Like maybe who in the world's ranked 203 right now? He has to be thinking, my turn is next.
Maybe it's me. Like, it's a good thing and a bad thing, because you're going to give guys hope and you're going to inspire some guys. But at the same time, maybe someone should hang it up and start that job in finance. maybe this is not the career for you. You might. So, like,
I don't know. Like, does that mean
half glass full, half glass empty?
Is really the difference between 204 in the world and number 1 in the world just pure mental? Like, physically, Valentin, he hung with the best. He out-dueled all of them physically.
Yeah.
Are you telling me the difference is only mental? Like, this is the question I have right now. Is the difference between 204 in the world and Shanghai Masters champion, is it pure mental?
I'm guessing. Like, I would say yes, because of the tennis-wise. Everyone says that, but even ask Novak. Novak says everyone hits good forehands, backhand serves, and it comes down to mental.
I didn't believe it was to this extent.
This is proof. This is proof.
This is proof that the difference is purely mental.
Yeah.
It's wild.
But also, if you go watch the Challenger Tour, like, you don't see the same level of okay, the difference is not so big, but you don't see some of the crazy shots that you see on the ATP level. Like, so I don't know, but then they come on the ATP level and they show an insane level. So how coming up with drop shots, passing shots? Why don't you show that on the Challenger Tour? Like,
they do. They do. It's grinding. Take an example. Jan-Lennart Struff he was a Masters finalist a few years ago. He's now grinding from qualies, guys. So
Cilic was grinding in qualies.
Wawrinka's grinding. Murray went down to the Challenger Tour. Like, it's so tough. Tennis is so tough, and just
Berrettini was in the Challenger Tour.
Exactly. Just
it's funny. Like you're saying, going down.
Who was a Masters champion?
It's not going down. It's actually just.
It's not going down. Like, it's
just moving.
It's not.
It's going down in terms of points and just status, but like literally the grind.
And arenas, like, they're playing in smaller stadiums, but honestly, like, my takeaway here is I'm gonna watch a lot more Challengers.
Well, yeah.
Like I'm already watching a ton of tennis. Like, you can't max my capacity more. But now I'm gonna have to start watching. Like,
you might be watching the next Masters champion. Like, you might be watching the Paris Masters. No, but the Paris Masters. But
Valentin is about to be a seed at the Slam. A couple more good results.
Yeah.
He might be a seed and come in Australia or at
Just
least
one
by
more.
French Open. He might be a seed by
results.
French Open.
Yeah, if he has a decent run in Paris, he's seeded in Australian Open.
Yeah.
He has no points to defend. He has no points to defend. Nothing.
1-2 more good results, he's a seed. He's a seed.
what a story.
Unbelievable, guys.
Yeah, go ahead, Smiley. You want to talk about what you think is next for Valentin?
I can't wait to see what's next for Valentin. I can't wait to see, because, like, judging just the eye test, pure tennis, he has everything. He has everything. Like, he's fit as a bull, amazing serve that's going to get him a ton of free points. He has an amazing forehand that he can rip it. The backhand is super solid. He can hit winners with it. He can change direction. And he plays at the net. Like, I don't know. Who's going to beat him? Like, this level, if he can just maintain, like, a close by level here, Harun, I think he can do some damage in the rest of the season.
Sure.
He could end up a seed in Australia. If I had to bet my money right now, Valentin Vacherot is going to be a seed at Australia.
If he just finds a way to play 80% of the level that he played at Shanghai,
50, Harun. 50.
Maybe fine. No, but let me say 80. Let me say 80 because to hear what's coming next. If he plays 80% of that level, I think he's a top 5 player. Like, I don't know who can beat. Like, who can beat him if he's playing like that? He's taking down Djokovic is taking down everybody else except Sinner and Alcaraz. And then you beat the guy who's beat. Like, come on, man. Like, it's unbelievable. The sky's the limit for this guy right now. Imagine at age 26, the sky's the limit for him.
You know, funny thing, by the way, he is actually the oldest Masters champion we have in the 2025 season.
And
he's
wild.
26.
That's crazy.
So we're in a completely new era, guys. These young guns,
What's
they're
next,
taking over.
Yusuf? How high is he going to go right now?
I love his tennis, and to me, it's all about confidence, you know? Like, whenever you're playing and you have all this confidence, it can take you so far. I hope he doesn't take a long break. Like, I don't like, okay, I won, let me take a break. No, stick with this. Maybe take a week off, but come back right away and just build momentum. I don't even know. He wasn't signed up for any of the coming tournaments, by the way. I don't know if they're going to give him wild cards. I expect Paris to give him a wild card because he is from Monte Carlo, but like same. So I hope he'll be there. But yeah, let's maybe get some. I don't know if probably Vienna, Basel. I don't know what happens there, but play some more tennis to finish the season, and we'll see from there. I just want him. Confidence is there. Build on that momentum.
You know, I just thought of this comparison right now. You know what's a similar comparison? Aslan Karatsev.
Yeah, I also thought about that.
Remember Karatsev? He had a semi-finals
in
run in
Australian Open,
Australia.
semi-
Novak.
You know what was his career high ranking? I mean, he's gone right now. He's in the challenge
20,
somewhere, I think.
27? No.
You know, 14. He reached 14 in the world.
Oh, wow.
Because he went on, by the way, in that same season, a few months after that, won Dubai.
Yeah.
Won an ATP 500 in Dubai. So like,
I'm
the
telling
momentum,
you right now.
I'm telling you.
Valentin right now. He might.
But
he's
actually,
not-
Valentin won the tournament, so he didn't have to wait that long. He's actually a
He's
champion.
gonna eat like Valentin. Lock it for a seed.
Yeah.
Now the question is top 20 or not.
Ooh, okay.
Imagine he goes on an insane
What-
winning streak and
what-
plays ATP finals.
You know, no, not gonna happen because the math
Hey,
isn't there.
Hey, never say never.
math-
Never say never.
Yeah.
No,
Never
the math
Locks
isn't
up
there.
Paris.
If he wins Paris, another ATP 500. Draper's out. These guys are not looking great. You have a spot.
Djokovic goes to the Maldives.
Let's see.
You can
Let's
go on
see.
an alternate to
But,
the ATP finals.
but guys, as much like the Valentin Vacherot story, deservingly so, took all that time from us. But on the other side, Artur Rinderknech,
Hats off.
his story to make it all the way to the Shanghai final is unbelievable. His run to the final is insane. Haroon, just talk to me a bit about Artur, because as much as Valentin maybe is taking the spotlight, but Artur, his cousin, deserves love. Come on, give it to him.
Again, this guy, if you just remove Valentin Vacherot from this whole story and just only focused on Artur Rinderknech, that story is also one of the best stories we've had all year. Like, it's an amazing story. He's taken down amazing players after each other. Like, he was also an underdog almost every single match he's played, except the final against his cousin, who was ranked 204. So, like, this
How wild is that?
It's while in the final, that's where you become the actually favorite to win the match of a Masters 1000 title. It's really unbelievable. But I felt that this is not as big as a surprise, obviously, as Valentine, because he's been showing signs of elite level tennis throughout the year. I thought that he gave a run for Sinner's money in RG. That was a really nice battle. He beat Zverev in Wimbledon. He battled a bit with Alcaraz in the US Open. So he's had some good results lately. And this is something, it's kind of been a long time coming. Like, I feel like he's been really showing us some great level, but he wasn't able to have that consistency. And he showed that he was able to have this amazing consistency. Like, the guys he beat, Medvedev, Mickelson, Zverev, Lehechka, FAA, Medvedev, and then he lost to Valentine in the end. Like, these are all, Zverev and Medvedev, these are the best of the best we have. Former world number one in Medvedev. Zverev was one match away from becoming world number one, and he took these guys down convincingly. Like, hats off to him. Like, he was serving amazingly, having insane winners all the time, and it just cramped in the end, and he couldn't close it out. But amazing story as well. Like, this is unbelievable as well to see.
Smile, give me something.
He had the best level all tournament, arguably.
Yeah.
Arguably, he played the best tennis, and we can get into the runs, which was absolutely amazing. I don't know which one is better. We need to talk about that. But Artur just showed supreme confidence. Yusuf, I want to give you some credit, because at the beginning of the tournament, you told me, yeah, Artur's going to get Zverev. Do you think he'll do it with Zverev? I was like, no way. No way. Like, Artur, I don't see him as that player, even though we beat him at Wimbledon and he showed he has more guts. But so much guts, so fun to watch. Yeah. Let me just talk about how fun Artur is to watch play. Yeah. Like, he's not a serve bot. No. He does everything on the court. He's a very attacking player. He has amazing volleys. You know, I think maybe I used to think of him as quite of a doubles player. He used to play a lot of doubles in Artur, I think. And really? I don't know. I thought he was like more of a doubles guy.
I think that's Hugues Herbert. You're mixing
up. Hugues Herbert, but like, I don't know.
No, but he also played doubles.
Player.
No, he also played doubles.
Plays doubles a lot. He's a good doubles player.
Well, so he played doubles. He plays doubles.
So I thought him as a better, as one of those players who would potentially switch to doubles more. But this tennis that he's been playing all tournament, and let's say all year, has been excellent. And I love his game. He's so fun to watch. And we're going to see more of Artur.
He's more of like Bublik style. You know, he's more Bublik style. He also likes to have fun. Yeah. Big server. Likes to do some nice trick shots as well. And he's not afraid of the moment.
He has it. He has everything. He has everything, and this confidence shift in the gear that he plays big in big moments. It's gonna take him far. His story is still being written right now.
There are so many things I love about Artur Rinderknech. Like, first of all, I think he has the game. Go back to any match against the top guys, he gives them fits. Remember RG against Taylor Fritz, where we had the drama? He took him to the brinks. He took down Sasha before. He took down Sasha again. Like, Artur Rinderknech is a really good player. We saw what he did in Queens. Took down guys there, big all the way to the semifinals.
Yes, he took down Shelton Opelka in Queens.
Shelton Opelka, like he has the tennis, and as you said, Harun, he's so fun to watch, and he understands that this is entertainment too, and he entertains the crowd, and not only that, I love his like, I feel like he's very courageous when he plays, and whether yesterday he was moving forward so much against Medvedev, and he was making him so uncomfortable in that match, and he took it to him, and that's how you win against Daniil Medvedev. You have to take it to him, and he took it to him, and he got rewarded in the end. And you know, he has an amazing story also, because we just found out in the ceremony that he said, "I was thinking of giving up this tennis thing." And I was
brutal,
I couldn't see the point in doing what I was doing anymore. Even though he was playing slams and he was doing all, like, he was there. He was not like Valentin. He was in the ATP tour, but he's like, I don't know what I'm doing here. And he was thinking of hanging it up. And then a run like this happens, and a few wins in the summer happen. And then here you are. He's in the top 30. He's going home after Shanghai as a top 30 player.
Deserved.
And extremely well deserved. So, and I think Artur Rinderknech, he is higher than his ranking is, by the way. I believe he should be in the top 30. I believe he's a player that should be fighting for maybe not the biggest of tournaments, but at least for 500 and 250s. And he's going to keep doing that. And the confidence is sky high. And he's a player we need on tour because of that personality, because of the character, because of his style of play. And I cannot wait to see more of him. Do not go anywhere, Artur. You are an amazing player, and we need you. We need you on the tour. This story from his side is also as brilliant, as inspiring as Valentin, honestly.
By the way, something to mention, how amazing he was serving this entire tournament is that going into the final, he was only broken 4 times. He's only broken 4 times. Like, that just shows how elite of a serve he has. And then, obviously, he got broken many times to Valentin. But this dude has a great serve. Then, again, Yusuf, to build on the points that what you said, the results he had in Queens when he beat Shelton Opelka. He also beat Casper Ruud in Cincinnati, Zverev in Wimbledon. And he bageled Sharapov in Stuttgart as well. But then he lost to Fuchs. But he bageled Sharapov. And, like, he's beating a lot of these top guys. And he's showing it. But the consistency what he's missing, but he's shown that he can do it now.
I think he's like 9-3 or 8-3 against top 20 guys in 2025. So that speaks for itself, you know. It really is an amazing story. Just what an amazing week for this family.
I almost feel a little bit sad for him, because if it wasn't for Valentin, Artur would be the heartwarming story of the year.
It would, you know. But you know, like he said in his own words, after he won the semifinal, he's like, tomorrow there are no losers. There's only the family wins. And who would have thought that this family would be talked about, would be center stage? By the way, this should be talked about on any sports outlet, because this isn't just an amazing tennis story. This is an amazing sports story.
Amazing.
Unbelievable, guys.
You know, we talked about Valentin. We talked about Artur. We talked about their amazing runs. But the question that needs to be asked, guys, who had a better run to the final? Artur Rinderknech or Valentin Vacherot? Let me just walk you through the paths, okay? Valentin Vacherot went through Basavaredi, Draxel, then Jair, Bublik, Mahach, Griekspoor, Rune, Djokovic, Rinderknech. Obviously, he beat his cousin in the final. And Rinderknech went through Medvedev, Mikkelsen, Zverev, Lehechka, Felix Auger-Aliassime, and Medvedev. Smail, who had the more impressive run to the final?
It hurts my heart to have to choose between, because both of these
They're both insane.
They're both insane. One is going to be 1A at the end of the year, and one will be 1B when the year is done.
Yeah. Gladiator run of the year.
Gladiator run, God. 100% when we give out our award ceremony at the end of the year. But I think Yusuf, even though he lost his final, I think Rinderknech had the more impressive main draw run to the final, because he faced a seed in every single match.
Yeah.
And he was by far counted out for every match. Like, you know, for Valentin, like with Jair and Bublik, you never know, and Mahac, you never know what you're going to get
Bublik
from
was
them.
on fire. Come on.
True. But like coming into the tournament, he was not maybe in the best form, but come on. Mikkelsen, Zverev, Lehechka, Felix, who just had a great US Open, and then Medvedev. I'm going to go with Artur.
Haroon, are you going with Artur also?
Yeah, it's tough because, like, if you think about it from the perspective of Artur, Artur's path, like these are all guys that know Artur and know his game and know his type of style. So it's like they prepared for him, and then you come up and beat the guys that have been preparing for you really, really well, and these are top guys and arguably the best players we have on tour. It's much harder to do that when your enemy knows you're coming, opposed to when Valentin, like he hits the other player in their mouth, like they catch him, but he catches them by surprise. Like I'm sure some like Jair, Bublik, Mahac, Griekspoor don't know who's coming here, and maybe even like they had some time to look and study him throughout the tournament.
So who are you going with?
I think like Artur, it makes more logical sense that he had a tougher path. But it's just still not like, yeah. So Artur is my pick here. But then you beat the GOAT. If you beat the GOAT, that's automatically the best.
So which one are you going with?
I'm going for Artur. Artur had a tougher draw.
You know, like you guys make good points, but I know they're all seeded in Artur Rinderknech's path, but lots of those guys aren't in form. Like Tien-Medvedev is finding form. I have him as my champion.
Medvedev is not like he's playing the best he's played all year.
I know. Medi's playing amazing. It was an amazing win. Sasha, we know he's been unhealthy just since the Australian Open. Mikkelsen, I don't know, but FAA coming off of that honeymoon. But to me, Valentin Vacherot to come down, Bublik was on fire, okay, and Griekspoor wasn't on fire. This is a tough one. Well, I'm gonna go also Rinderknech with you guys. I was gonna go the other way, but I think Artur Rinderknech, at the end of the day, because the body of work of all the matches, I'm gonna say that was the more impressive run to the final.
I think so.
Yeah.
I think so. But I mean, he had to beat Djokovic, Valentin. Yeah. So like that maybe counts for like 4 wins.
Yeah. But to me, that was going to be the deal breaker, that you took down the GOAT. Yeah. So like I was going to go that way, but then looking at all the other wins that Artur had, and obviously Sasha he wants revenge over Artur, and that there's extra motivation there in a way. Medi wants to finally recapture a title for the first time since 2023. Like other guys had motivation. FAA wants to prove that what happened in the US Open. So no, I'm going Rinderknech.
Actually, guys, I'm switching my pick.
Slight pick.
I'm switching my pick because if you think about this is a guy that only had eight ATP match wins the entire year, and then he's going in like he's inexperienced. He doesn't know how to win matches consistently against these big guys, and you've done it time and time again, comebacks after comeback, 6 comebacks. That's much more impressive to me, I think, now that they think about it. So Valentin is much more impressive for me. All right, guys, moving on to one of our favorite segments, Dude's Cool Dude Moment of the Week.
Oh my God, so much energy in this return. I love it for my story, Rog. Oh my God.
A lot of them for sure. This entire tournament was a cool dude moment, I would say. But Smail, share with us your cool dude moment of the week.
Well, these guys had me bawling in the trophy ceremony, so everything they did in the trophy ceremony for me was a cool dude moment.
My God.
But I'll start off with, after Valentini went to his family, his coach, he hugged them all. Then he's coming back. He went and sat right next to Artur Rinderknech before the trophy ceremony, and they had the stadium camera zoomed out, and they had the spotlight on both of them on the same bench sitting next to each other, and you could just see that's the brotherly type of love that they have for one another. And I had goosebumps watching that, honestly. Isn't that the dream, to be sitting next to your family, friend, brother on the bench waiting for your names to be called to receive your trophies together? Would you have it any other way?
Oh my God! Thinking of that trophy ceremony, it was so beautiful to watch. It was so beautiful to watch. Just like you said, Smile, but you said this before. Like they were all bawling, and they were all like, neither of them could find the words, and that's how much it meant to them.
It was amazing.
And to me, it's a lesson of like, okay, this was a beautiful lesson about family and how family sticks together. And I loved it. I absolutely loved it.
I have like 6 cool dude moments, Harun, from this trophy ceremony.
Yeah, like I'm telling you, the whole entire tournament in that ceremony for sure, that entire day, like there was a lot of small nuggets that were so nice to watch. But
I'll give you another one.
Yeah, give me another.
I'll give you another one.
Give me another one.
How about this? After Valentin Vacherot, after he hugs his family and his girlfriend or fiance or wife, I don't know, and he leaves the box, they pan all of a sudden the camera to the coach, and the coach is running. He's like walking
his
really
brother.
fast.
That's his brother.
And he was his coach is his half brother.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he's running all the way somewhere, and we don't know. Then they zoom out on Valentin, then they zoom back in, and he's just hugging Artur's coach. Like, and it was like a very warm, like brotherly embrace for a good like 30 seconds, I think, at least. And I was like, oh man, this is just awesome. Like, not only is the good vibes and love between the players at the coaches too, like, come on, amazing.
It was. And one of my favorite moments that I really loved so much was that one is both of them watching each other in the semifinals, and then Valentin rushing the court to hug Artur after he won his match, and they're both crying. Like, well, Valentin was crying, but they both felt in that moment that they're gonna play each other in a Masters 1000 final together, and that the family is gonna win a trophy tomorrow. That's amazing. Everything that they were doing is just amazing. But yeah, do you have anything else also to build on that? Another moment that you want to share?
I to me also in the award ceremony where just Valentin was just thanking Artur for because they went to the same college together, and he was like just thanking him
they
for
went
being
to
his support system. For being his support system, for the one that was guiding him, and being like he's essentially his bigger brother, in tennis, and he gave him that love and you could see Rinderknech, he couldn't even stand, by the way, but he kept shaking his head hard, and you could see deeply. It was just it was a very, very, very emotional moment and he got to thank him on the biggest stage. Like, imagine, I imagine Artur was so happy for his cousin, and like I was able to play a part. And even though you're standing right there, and he might be sad that he lost, but you could see he's extremely proud and happy for his younger cousin to be standing right there on that podium.
It was amazing. I was bawling, guys. I couldn't hold back my tears because Valentin opened his speech. He said, first off, I need to thank the person who had the most influence on me being here. If I said something around those lines, and it was Artur. Like, come on. Like, look at that emotion. Look at that love. Look at that care. And Artur's crying, and Valentin's crying, and I'm crying. Oh my God, I love it. I love this type of care and support, and like just being that vulnerable on an open stage like that. Like, sports really breaks your heart in two, and like it forces you to be that.
And it also glues it back together. I was just thinking right now, Harun, like Artur was just talking about how he was thinking of hanging it up, and at the same time, he's trying to be a bigger brother to his cousin, a bigger tennis brother to his cousin, and he was probably encouraging him along the way. But maybe deep down inside for himself, he felt like this might be over for me, and I'm having my doubts. But he was probably encouraging the whole way, and it's like so many, the tentacles on this storyline.
So insane. How about they were practicing together before the finals together, right? They were warming up. They were practicing together to play each other.
Yeah.
How about that? How about after, I think it was the quarterfinal win, Artur, if you watch that match, you see he was like asking for the marker. I was like, what in the world does he want to write on the marker? And then he writes, I follow you, Val. Because he wanted to show Val some support, and like they were pushing each other to the final.
It was meant to be. Like, you could, like, they
that was after the round of 16, I think, match.
Yeah, when they made it to the courts, that's when the story started ramping up. But it really was unbelievable.
Yeah.
But to me, guys, also to build on this point and on the Vacherot Rinderknech story, I do want to highlight Novak Djokovic. Because Novak Djokovic, yet again, showed us how classy of a human being he is. Because after that loss to Valentin Vacherot, who we just lost to number 204 in the world, and all of a sudden his chance of winning another Masters is gone. Yet he knew, and he always does, he knows how to go up to that net and put his emotions aside and just look into that person in their eyes, make eye contact, and make them feel loved, make them feel supported, and give them the recognition that they deserve. And that's exactly what he did. He told them, this is your moment. He told him, you played unbelievably. He told him, you deserve this, man. And Novak Djokovic, yet again, as an example for any athlete in any sport, that this is what sportsmanship is. You, even though you might have suffered an excruciating loss, you go up afterwards, you shake hands, and you find the grace within you to show it to your opponent. And he did it yet again. This is number 1 million of Novak Djokovic doing it. And I absolutely love that moment. And I'm 100% sure Valentin Vacherot is going to remember that from someone like Novak Djokovic. It is a moment that needs to be commended.
He's one of the classiest guys that loses. Like when he loses, he's always super classy. Djokovic.
That's why he's the GOAT. That's what it means to be the champion. That's what it means to be the GOAT. You're not the GOAT because you win the most. It's also about how you conduct yourself, how you handle yourself, how you pass on wealth and knowledge and care for future up-and-coming players. Novak fights for these players outside of the top 50, with the PTP and all that stuff he's doing.
It's one of his biggest missions.
It's
he
big
wants
missions.
to give back.
He's giving back to Sinner. Sinner's crushing him these days. Yeah. He's still giving back to Sinner. Like that's the level of, mentorship he's willing and care he's willing to offer. Yeah. Makes no sense for me. It's amazing.
It does make sense because for someone like him, he is one of the biggest role models we have in sports history, and that's exactly how you expect.
I don't mean it doesn't make sense for me. It's not logical, but what he does it because that's what he believes in.
Just a great role model. Just a great model. Like for me, and I'm not even playing anything. I want to follow.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Absolutely beautiful.
Love these stories. Well, it's time, guys, to move into some other stuff because my emotions are heavy now. But this tournament was long, but there are a lot of stories that happened.
So many stories.
And the top seeds were flying like crazy. So let's go into a segment we haven't done in a while here. Buying or selling. I'm going to name some players. Tell me, are you buying them these days or are you not? All right? Yusuf, let me start off with you. Jannik Sinner, buying or selling?
I am always buying Jannik Sinner stock. What happened in Shanghai, is coming off the Beijing, and then you have the quick turnaround, and the conditions were brutal. But they're not going to face those conditions anywhere all the way until the end of this season. So I think Jannik Sinner, guys, is going to go back to pure domination, and buy as much money as I have, and that's as much stock as I'm buying in Jannik Sinner.
Harun, what do you think?
Always buying. What in the world are you talking about? This cramping thing, by the way, is such an overreaction, and everybody was cramping. By the way, there were like at least 4 or 5 walkovers that happened in the Shanghai alone. Everybody was cramping. Medvedev was cramping. Rinderknech was cramping in the final. Rune was cramping. Everybody was suffering. And Medvedev said everybody's suffering. So. Buying, of course, Sinner. This is not something that he's struggling with only.
Ismail?
Well, to be honest, guys, at the beginning, after this incident happened where he had to withdraw because of cramping, I was like, at the beginning of the tournament, it didn't seem like it was going to be such a big issue as now we see it towards the end where so many people cramped up throughout this tournament. So I was a bit concerned. I was like, is this a physical issue? Because, he's had the cramping issue before. It happened in Australia. The 4-hour thing about he doesn't go longer than 4 hours, never won a match longer than 4 hours. It was hanging a bit over my head. But now that I see how brutal those conditions were, people were changing their shoes 2-3 times in a match. I've never seen a tournament where that happens. Yeah. Have you ever seen a tournament where players have to change their shoes 2-3 times?
It's the first time that I knew the umpire can give the players a break to be able to change shoes. I had no idea that existed.
I never saw this.
Till this Shanghai Masters.
I never saw such conditions in my life. Yeah. And so this is definitely buy, no big issue.
Did you guys, by the way, see? Did you see Valentine's shoes in that Holger match where there was a hole right through it. Like there was a deep hole in that super layered shoe. Did you see that? Did you catch that? There was a hole in his shoe, and it even made a hole in his socks. Like
the conditions are brutal. They're brutal.
Yeah.
We've never seen anything like it.
Sasha Zverev, he changed, like he was standing there in the middle of it. Like I don't remember if it was between points and within a game or not. But then they just threw him shoes, changed now, and then he took off his shoes and he wore another pair of shoes while standing like at the baseline.
I've never seen such conditions ever for a tournament.
Yeah,
I've never seen this.
It's crazy.
It was wild. All right, let's move into another player, Yusuf. Daniil Medvedev, thoughts? Buying or selling?
Buy as much stock as you can, guys. Daniil Medvedev is going to play amazing until the end of the season. I loved what I saw from him. He was my champion. I was so close to transforming from clown, what everyone called me, into wizard. And that didn't come to fruition. But no, Daniil Medvedev, buy. I love what I'm seeing from him.
Haroon, what do you think? Buying or selling?
A little bit buying. He's showing some promising results. He's showing that the Medvedev of old. I'm seeing the way he's playing like before with more confidence in the same style like a few years ago. So I am buying a little bit. Not too much, a little.
Ismail, are you buying or not?
I'm following Haroon. I'm buying, but just a little bit of stock because
they're
gutsy wins.
More for me.
They're gutsy wins, but he didn't really beat a top player this tournament. But he's closing out the matches against these players, which is good. The win over Tien, I think, is maybe the biggest win he had this tournament, ironically.
For sure.
It is. He said Tien was a nightmare. He said that loss to Tien in Australia actually kind of ruined my season. So for him to get that monkey off his back I think it's really big for him going forward.
Yeah. Haroon, coming to you. Sasha Zverev, buying or selling?
I'm buying Sasha Zverev. You can never say no to buying stock from this elite level of player. I know everybody wants to sell stock from Zverev right now because he's not having great results, but his stock is cheap, and buy it, and then when it's going to boom, it's going to boom anytime now. It should be booming right now. I thought it was going to boom, but I still believe it's going to boom. He's a great player, and it's just bound to happen.
Yusuf, are you buying or selling?
You know, I love Sasha. And at any time you buy Sasha's stock all the time, and I believe in him, and I said he was going to win a Grand Slam this season. I still think he's going to do it because he's that elite of a player. But at the moment, he's just not healthy. He's not healthy. He said my body is in shambles. He said my confidence is affected by it. So I don't think even Sasha's buying his own stock right now. He even has quotes saying that he doesn't believe in himself at the moment, and probably time for a break, maybe. But I'm not buying. He's not buying at the moment. No,
I buy. I believe in you, Sasha. You're gonna become a beast very, very soon.
He needs a break. He just needs a break to get healthy. He's unhealthy. I haven't been healthy since Australia. Can you imagine?
Yeah. For me, the issue is that he came out and openly criticized himself. Yeah. Which, first of all, why do that? Don't do that, man. Like, keep your aura.
He's being honest.
But he's so honest with everyone that, like, it sometimes, I think, backfires for him because he talked about how he's not been healthy since Australia and he doesn't believe in himself right now. He was openly criticizing himself more than just health. I say the health thing, but don't go beyond that. So for that, I'm going to hold back. I'm not going to buy. But once he gets back healthy again, I can definitely see him doing great things again on the tennis court. Yeah. All right. Final one, Haroon. Novak Djokovic, buying or selling?
I'm not gonna sell any stock from Djokovic until he says I'm done with this sport. Keep on buying Djokovic stock until he faces Sinner or Alcaraz. But I'm buying stock for Djokovic.
Yusuf, buying or selling?
Novak Djokovic stock is a stock you buy. I don't even know if he's going to play again after the Six Kings Slam. I don't know if he's going to play tennis again this season.
Please,
he's playing Athens.
Please no.
It's his tournament.
Please don't do that.
No, Paris he signed up, but let's see if he goes. But he's going to play Athens because it's his family's tournament. Always buy Novak Djokovic stock. Always.
Yeah.
How about you?
Yeah, I'm always buying Djokovic. I had him as champion. If it wasn't for a magical Valentin Vacherot, we would have seen.
We were on path, huh?
We were right there. If it wasn't
feeling ourselves for a bit.
Yeah, I thought I had it locked. I thought I had it in the bag. But if not for the two best underdog stories of the year happening in the same tournament, we would have had one of our picks, Yusuf, for the title.
Same for me.
Grand Slam, US Open 2024 rematch.
Yeah.
But these guys deserved it, and Djokovic,
2023.
buying. He looks good. I'm just fine where he is.
Point to consider, by the way. All those guys were falling. Sinner, Ruud, Mahach, Rune, everyone was cramped. The person that was able to stand tall and not retire in their match and go deep is Novak Djokovic. Imagine a 38-year-old. That says everything you need to know about Novak Djokovic and his fitness level and the way he takes care of his body.
And anyone who wants to criticize the opponents he played because he didn't play any top seeds in this tournament, they were tough players and he handled them very well.
Yeah. And Vacherot, he played a guy that has magic. He had magic.
It was
that
magic.
wasn't just tennis. That was tennis plus magic.
It was magic. It was magic. It was magic.
It really was special. Well, guys, that was the buying or selling segment. Let us know, what do you think also? Are you with us or are you not with us? We'd love to hear what you have to say. Let us know in the comments. But it's time, guys, for other guys who we believe had amazing weeks and deserve to be recognized. And that is the biggest winners of the week.
7 Australian Opens, 15 slams.
Not too bad.
Ismail, who's your biggest winner in Shanghai?
It has to go to a player who's just been teasing me for the whole year. Maybe even since last year. I'm like, this guy's going to be a top guy. He has it. He has the game. He has the power. It's Zizou Bergs.
Oh,
and
let's go Zizou.
Finally, Zizou Bergs with a breakthrough. This is what I'm talking about. This guy is capable of amazing tennis.
Yeah.
He just hasn't put it together long enough in the big tournaments yet. But this was a heck of a run I saw from Zizou this tournament. Not only was he playing amazing tennis, but look at the opponents. Sebastian Korda, who was injured but was playing great. You know, coming back, he's looking good. He's starting to look like the Sebastian Korda of old. Casper Ruud, who he did retire in the final set, but he forced him to go to the final set.
In Tokyo.
It was a final set until he was just there in
Alcaraz
Tokyo.
in the final set.
Cerundolo, always a tough player, never going to give you an easy thing. Diallo, which was maybe one of the matches of the tournament, when took out Diallo in that final set tiebreak. Epic match before losing to Djokovic. Lot of mental and nerves that were dealing in that, where he went to Djokovic and then said, I need to stop idolizing you, man. But he played amazing tennis. Watch out for Zizou Bergs. This might be the breakout tournament for him, where we now see a shift to another gear.
I love Zizou. We love him. His highs are very high and his lows can't.
By the way,
but the highs were very high, and the mental toughness, Harun, I loved it this time.
I have Zizou Bergs on my wall when the match that he played against Rafa. I have him behind the legendary Kristof Vliegen, his former coach, the beast, the one and only legend. But I have him on my board.
Then Harun, who's your biggest winner?
Man, oh man, like, come on. I have to say it's tennis. Tennis is the biggest winner of the week for me. We just have to take a moment and just like soak in all of the amazing stories that we had so far this entire year. First of all, we had Madison Keys. What a journey that, like, Madison Keys had an epic final in RG. We had Victoria Mboko winning also a Masters 1000 title in front of her home crowd. Bublik also having what a year, like taking down Sinner before on grass, having some great wins. Amanda Anisimova, who had quite a bad, tough loss in Wimbledon, and then come back and win a US Open. Terence Atman, who's the only guy right now outside of Alcaraz and a few others that are going toe-to-toe with Sinner. We have the cousins coming up in a final in Masters 1000. The next gen is also looking pretty fire. Fonseca, Menchik, Tien taking down Medvedev multiple times. And like Menchik winning a Masters 1000 as well. And like Mickelson, Fonseca. This is really amazing, guys, right now. We have a lot of great stories. Tennis is the biggest winner. Yes, let's a round of applause for tennis, guys.
Tennis is looking good, Yusuf.
Yeah.
Who's yours?
Well, it's along the same lines, but it's a bit different. My biggest winner of the week is college tennis.
Wow.
And shout out to Connor Casey, because he's saying college tennis players are going to be dominating the ATP Tour.
And you need to go check out our interview with Connor. It was fun and filled with insights.
College tennis is the winner this week, because the finalists in the Shanghai Masters are Arthur Rinderknech and Valentin Vacherot, and both of those guys played college tennis. Both of them went to Texas A&M together, Aggies. So guess what? Guys that go to college and then decide to go pro afterwards, that is a path to take. And yet again, two other stories that are proof that if you go to college and then transition to the pros, you can reach the mountaintop in tennis. So anyone that's playing college now and looks at these guys like, hey guys, The path to going pro is possible, and I can go to college. I can get an education because, you know, at the end of the day, tennis doesn't last long. So if you go and you get an education also, hats off to Valentin Vacherot and Arthur Rinderknech for showing college tennis players that this is a path you can take. We've seen it before, but these guys are the latest edition of making this happen. So college tennis, guys, is my biggest winner of the week.
Nice.
That's awesome. Lerner also played a year of college tennis, I believe.
Yeah, but these guys went to college. So they went full route.
No, college tennis is here to stay. And with the NIL, this is going to happen a lot more.
I do have an honorable mention. Can I make an honorable mention of the biggest winner of the week?
Go.
Go ahead.
My honorable mention for biggest winner of the week is Luca Nardi. Ask me why.
Why?
Because Valentin Vacherot decided to go to Shanghai as an alternate in the qualies. And he didn't have a spot. But he eventually found his way in because Luca Nardi decided to withdraw from the tournament. And guess who walked right in? Valentin Vacherot walked right in, and the rest is history. One of the great stories in sports in 2025 happened. So Luca Nardi, thank you for withdrawing from the tournament because you were able to bring the biggest story we have this season come to life. So biggest winner of the week, Luca Nardi, in a way.
Yeah. I mean, Valentin Vacherot he walked into the qualies. He didn't walk into the main draw. He just
gave
walked
him a
into the
ticket to the
qualies.
dance.
Yeah.
Not the big dance, but the dance.
Yeah, he was dancing.
He was dancing. It really was. But yeah, special one, I would say. Funny. It was a funny one.
Yeah. Well, guys, these were amazing biggest winners. But now also a new segment that I want to share with you guys, and I want your thoughts on this. The match of the tournament. We had a lot of really nice matches for sure. That one, the final was amazing for sure, of course. But I want Yusuf, you to tell me what was your favorite match of the tournament? What was your match of the tournament, Yusuf?
So many amazing ones. But I have to go with this one because I was watching it and I was glued to my seat for God knows how many hours. And that was Djokovic against Munar. I love that match so much. That was an absolutely gladiator battle between these two, and the ups and downs and the ebbs and flows, and the Novak Djokovic leading, and then Munar never giving up and changing his short maybe 10 times in this match. He changed his short, I think, 10 times. I need to go back. They need to make a counter for how many times Munar ran just inside to be able to take off his short and come back in. Novak Djokovic falling to the ground after losing the second set in heartbreaking fashion after an epic rally. And then he needed the doctor to come attend to him to see him while he was on the ground and then to come back in that final set. And, you know, it came down to a smash that Jean-Louis Munar missed. And it hit on the sideline. And that changed the momentum of everything. And Novak was able to turn that switch and eventually come up with that win. It was an amazing match from both of those guys, and it showed guts. They bled, they sweat, and there were tears, you know. And I love that match. It really was a gruesome one, but I believe there were so many great ones. But that one to me stands out a bit above some of the rest. Jean-Louis Munar and Novak Djokovic, thank you for an amazing gladiator battle. It was iconic.
For sure.
I loved it. I did love it. But I loved a few other ones, but I'm guessing you guys will probably mention them.
What about you, Smail?
Well, this Harun, I actually circled this match before the tournament. I was looking forward to it, and it actually lived up to the hype. And that was Tien versus Tien-Medvedev in round 4.
Yeah.
This was iconic. First of all, first set went to a tiebreak. Medvedev finally squeaks it out. I'm like, okay, Medvedev finally going to get revenge. He needs this confidence booster. I think there was so much drama in that second set that I forget the exact order of what happened. But I think Tien was serving for the second set.
No, but not only that, Smail, Medvedev, again, like Beijing, was up a set and a break.
Yeah, it was up a break.
The same exact thing as Beijing.
And Tien comes back. I think Tien was then up a break. Was he serving for the set? And then Medvedev broke him to 5-all. Held that 6.
There were so many back and forths this match.
What happened to him from 5-all is wild. And then at 6-5.
He was up 3-love. Medvedev was up 3-love in that second set. It was one break, though.
It's unbelievable, the drama that was going back and forth. And then he's up 6-5. He starts cramping.
Yeah.
Sinner, Tien holds at 6-all, goes into the tie break. Medvedev's cramping, he can't move. Tien crushes him in the tiebreak 7-1. I'm like, this is over.
Yeah.
This match is over. Somehow, some way, Tien's going to find a way to squeak it out again. He looks fit as a bull, Tien. He's unbelievable, his fitness for his age. Yeah. No. They go toe-to-toe. They go toe-to-toe in that final set. I believe there was a break happened also in that final set. I believe there was a break as well. I can't remember if it was a break back. Somehow, Medvedev on one leg, cramping the entire match with his tantrums, telling his coach, he always plays like this against me. He only plays like this against me. And his coach, Swedish coach is like, okay, come on, Daniel.
Thomas
come on,
Johansson for the people that want.
Unbelievable. Just the way he coached him out of that match.
He just kept telling me, come on.
Yeah,
come on, let's go.
Great match. Great fight. Brutal points while Medvedev was cramping in that final set. And he won it somehow. Arun, that was incredible.
Iconic rivalry that's brewing between those two.
Amazing. My favorite current rivalry, maybe.
Okay, guys, these were some amazing picks, honestly. Like, these were some great picks that you guys had. But to me, like, the turning point for Valentin Vacherot was when he played Holger Rune. And I thought that match was tricky because now he's facing a top guy and he has to really, break into a new type of player. And that, to me, that was the best match because he had to face Holger, who wasn't giving up, who was cramping mentally. Also, it's playing with your mind. How do you play in those type of matches? To me, that was an amazing match, and that was the match of the tournament for me because then he broke into an unbelievable player after that. So I want to give him all the credit for that, and that's my match of the tournament.
That's a good one.
It's a good one. It's a really good one. There were so many good matches this week.
So many amazing stories.
Yeah, but I feel like every match was a gladiator battle. Like I'm sitting down watching, and I was feeling so exhausted.
Yeah,
I can't imagine what they were feeling. Yeah. Well, guys, it's time for our favorite segment of every episode, and that is overreaction or not. I'm gonna tell you something based on what happened this past week, and you let me know: is this an overreaction? Is it not? Smail, coming to you first. Valentin Vacherot's Shanghai title run is the biggest underdog story in tennis this century. Overreaction or not?
Wow. This century?
Yeah.
This is really testing my tennis knowledge.
So 25 years back, if you could.
I mean, Goran Ivanisevic when he won Wimbledon, I guess that was an amazing underdog story. Rafa's emergence on the scene, that was to some extent in the beginning
underdog?
When he was coming on the scene, I guess you could say, like when he was a young puppy, that was also amazing. Emma Raducanu, as you guys mentioned also earlier, but I think it was just so amazing to come from 200 in the world and you go all the way to the title, you take down all these players. Yes, this is not overreaction, Yusuf.
Harun, overreaction or not?
No, this is not an overreaction because again, like Smy's saying, going from that ranking of 204 all the way up to 40 to win a title, to take all of these big guys, to beat the best player in history. Emma Raducanu did not beat the best player in history on her way to win a title. That's something that did not happen.
Point.
So if you beat the best player in history in straights, in a semi-final where he won multiple tournaments, multiple titles there before, 4 to be precise, that has to be the best underdog story ever. Goran Ivanisevic did not be the best player in history on his way to winning Wimbledon. And also, he wasn't as low ranked as Valentin was. So, that's the best.
Fair point, Harun.
Great points you make, Harun, because the only one in the conversation would be Emma Raducanu. When I went to go look at, she played Sakari, she played Bencic, and then she played Leylah Fernandez. There's nobody else that's in there. So, yes, Valentin Vacherot, this is not an overreaction. This is the underdog story this century in tennis. He took down Novak Djokovic, the king of Shanghai,
the GOAT,
who's still playing the best tennis he's been playing. Like he's semifinal, all slams. Novak has no one's touching him outside Sinner and Alcaraz. He was able to do that. Yes, count it, book it. That is not an overreaction, guys. Yeah. Next one, Harun, coming to you. Daniil Medvedev will play the ATP finals this year. Overreaction or not?
That's a bit of an overreaction. I don't think he makes it. He doesn't really have those crazy runs at this time of the year. So I'm thinking, no, it's an overreaction for me. He might get close, but he won't make it. Overreaction.
Smail, Daniil Medvedev he's the king of he's the hard court specialist. He loves this type of surface. Lots of these coming, overreaction or not.
He's trailing Felix Auger-Aliassime, right? Like that's the ranking spot he needs to chase down. 600 points between the two of them right now. Yeah. It means he's gonna have to have a deep run in Paris, maybe sneak another 500.
And Felix can't have deep runs.
And Felix can't.
And Felix loves the indoor hard.
Yeah, that's true. But maybe he plays a couple of 250s. Maybe like he tries to find the way they play extra tournaments.
Felix is gonna do the same.
You know what, Yusuf? I think it's not overreaction. I think he can do it. Wow. I think if he makes the push for it, I think he can do it.
Yeah, so I think this is an overreaction. I think it's just he doesn't have enough time. And Felix Auger-Aliassime, he's not gonna have 0 points until the end of the season. So I think unfortunately he's not gonna make it, but he's gonna get back to where he's supposed to be, which is a top 10 player. But I don't think he'll get close. But I don't think he's gonna be in the ATP finals, unfortunately.
Well, if he doesn't chase down Auger, he's not gonna be a top 10.
No, but like he's gonna be close. He's gonna be back there in the hunt. How about this one, Haroon? Lerner Tien ends the year as a top 20 player. Overreaction or not?
That's not an overreaction. It is not an overreaction because he could have some sneaking runs. He has no points to defend, so everything is up from here. And he already had some deep runs so far, and I think he's not afraid of anybody. I think this is an overreaction. This is not an overreaction. Sorry, not an overreaction.
Smile, is this an overreaction?
Well, this top 20 is a big jump. Like
he needs 1,000 points, and he needs no one to add points.
Yeah, I think it's an overreaction. Yeah. I think it's a bit much to do that. Like to get into the top 20.
But nobody's really looking so consistent. Like that's really above him.
They're all gonna. That means that everyone doesn't add, and he's just adding, which is not going to be the story. And he's definitely gonna be in the top 20. We already talked about this before, but no, it's not this year.
Yeah. No, this is an overreaction. It's not going to happen. There's just not enough tournaments, and there are so many points that you need to catch up on. So I don't think this one's happening, Haroon. But yes, I do believe
he's 36 right now, and it's 16 spots.
16 spots is a big
jump.
Well,
he needs some extreme results. Like he'll have to win Paris, and then win a 500 maybe to get there.
Never say never, but I would say this is an overreaction as of now.
We shall see, guys. We shall see.
How will this one smile? The Vacherot Rinderknech story is one of the best sports stories ever. Overreaction or not?
100%. This is not only one underdog story. Yeah. It's a double underdog story. And not only double underdog story that ends up being family.
Yeah.
Like, this is unreal. And just the emotion and the love and the care and the fact that they went to the same college and same family, same struggles. One was about to retire a couple months ago. Injuries, belief, doubt, all that coming together. This is way more Hollywood than Hollywood could ever be. 100%.
Haroon, overreaction or not?
Yeah, like it's tough because if you think of other examples, like what's the best stories? Rafa, Roger, Nole winning Olympics. I don't know. Serena Williams, Venus Williams, the Kelsey brothers winning, playing a Super Bowl together in the NFL. Like it's tough, but to me, I would say this is not an overreaction. Somebody in the comments, give me a better example. For now, I'm gonna stick to the recency bias. This is the best story in sports right now we have.
This story must be picked up ASAP and turned into a movie.
It has to be.
It has to. This is one of the best stories I've ever seen in sports. And we've been watching sports our whole lives. I don't think we've seen something like this, guys. It is absolutely heartwarming. It's inspirational. There's so many lessons to learn from it. So no, this is not an overreaction. I love the story, and I don't think that this is recency bias. It's one of the best stories I've ever seen in sports. Yep. How about this one, Smite? You hinted about this match. Well, how about this? Lerner Tien versus Daniil Medvedev is the best rivalry in tennis behind Sinner versus Alcaraz. Overreaction or not?
Well, it used to be Djokovic Sinner and Djokovic Alcaraz, I would say the ones next best. But they haven't been that spicy and tasty this year. And tell me a better rivalry. I can't name one. No, for me, this is Leonard Tien and Daniil Medvedev. 100% I would agree. This is not an overreaction. I look forward to this match. The rallies are brutal. There is drama. There is fighting. There is chaos every single time they touch the court. And I honestly don't know who. Thank God Daniil won that last match, because actually it would have been a lock. It would be 3-0. It would not be a rivalry.
It would have been I own you.
Yeah, it would not be a rivalry. He won, so he turned it into a rivalry. Now is one of the rivalries, the second best rivalry in tennis.
Haroon, overreaction or not?
I'm saying this is not an overreaction, but I have to add something. It's the best rivalry right now behind Sinner and Alcaraz, because the Fritz. I like the Fritz Zverev. I like the Medvedev and.
It's not a rivalry around Fritz Zverev. Fritz owns Zverev.
But it's still a fun matchup. I still consider it a rivalry because Zverev is still a top player. But I say right now it's the best one we have, because it's just the layers of it is so fun, and how Medvedev also goes crazy whenever he faces him. So I'd say it's not an overreaction right now.
This is the chess match of chess matches whenever they play against each other. And, I'm struggling to think of others that are, because it's iconic. All their matches were iconic. So I'm going to say at the moment, really, I love to watch this matchup. The only one that I can think of that I can be super excited for is Sinner Alcaraz. And this one is right there. Can you imagine? I agree. This is not an overreaction.
You're guaranteed to see amazing points, amazing rallies, and amazing tennis every single time they play.
And drama. Yeah. Well, how about last one, Haroon, coming to you, okay? Valentin Vacherot will be a top 15 player by next year. Overreaction or not?
This is going to be crazy. Everybody's probably going to go at me so much. But I do not think this is an overreaction, because to me, the big test was him winning not only a big title, but obviously his first title abroad, away from home, far away, where he doesn't know the conditions. He doesn't know the players. He doesn't know anything. He's disoriented. This is the end of the season, the second half of the season, not in the beginning, close to home. He's comfortable. So this to me is not an overreaction, because he's shown that he could do it in tough environments. And now he just needs to, keep that same level in more favorable conditions for him. So this to me is not an overreaction. He has the game to be it. I consider him a top 15 player already. Not an overreaction.
Smile, overreaction or not?
No, it's not an overreaction, Yusuf. Because the tennis I saw from Valentin is really otherworldly. Like, he has the components of the game to succeed at the top level. The serve is going to go very far with him. He has an amazing net game, and he's very, very solid from the baseline. He has the power to hang around with top guys. Can the confidence and the mentality match? This is to be determined. But right now, if you told me, do I believe it or not? No, it's not overreaction. I really believe he can become a top 15 player by next year.
Oh, well, guys,
Wow.
I say this is an overreaction. I'm not going to be a prisoner of the moment.
It's not a moment. If it was a moment, it would be a moment. There's been 10 days of him playing elite tennis.
10 days is a moment in the tennis season.
No. A day is a moment.
And then we move on, and then
A moment is a moment.
Can you do this week in and week out? And what are you going to look like in the best of 5 in slams? We still need to see. This was an amazing. I'm not taking anything away from what he did, but top 15 means consistency week in and week out. And we know how, like, Rinderknech is proof of how tough it is, because he just made the top 13. He was a top 50 player, and he was thinking of, hanging it up. So the jury's going to be out for him to get that high, but he does have the potential. But at the moment, this is an overreaction. And that's that. That was the overreaction or not segment. We think they were fun ones. Let us know what you think in the comments. We always enjoy to see what you guys have to say.
All right, guys, we want to talk about the champion in Wuhan, WTA 1000 event. Come on, Yusuf. Coco Gauff won the title. She beat Jessica Pegula in the final. Yusuf, your thoughts?
Coco Gauff is one of those players where, even if she's having a bad time, she's having a bad stretch, she's going to find her way back. She's that elite of a player, not only from a tennis standpoint, but mentally. We know how strong she is. Remember what we saw at Roland Garros and how she was able to fight back and fight through everything. And I think this is exactly what we expect from Coco Gauff, to be able to find her way back. And here she is making history in Wuhan right now. Can you guess how many players have won their first 9 hardcourt finals in women's open era history? Can you guess?
Probably 0.
There were 0 before Coco Gauff. That's how clutch she is. We forget how young she is, how accomplished she is as a player. And here she is yet again proving that she can fall down and get back up. And that's exactly what she did. She's an inspiration for so many young players, the way she's able to find her way back on the mountaintop after having really very, very low lows. So, because of who she is and being a perennial top 3 player in the world. And taking down Jessica Pegula, who is a player that you could consider maybe she's trying to get those big wins, trying to finally get those big, and she got her chance. Sabalenka took out Sabalenka, who was the queen of Wuhan. I think she stopped her at like 19 or 20
Down
wins.
5-2 as well.
Yeah, exactly. Down 5-2, 20 wins. But Coco Gauff shining again, champion in Wuhan, and very, very deserving win to, I think, one of the best players that we have in women's tennis for the past 4 or 5 years now.
Yeah, unbelievable.
What are your thoughts, Smile?
Yeah, well, as Yusuf mentioned, she's so mentally tough. Like, this is what I always love to see in Coco. Like, she didn't have a very nice summer swing for the most part, especially
After
on
RG.
hard. And yeah, after RG, I mean, and also she was struggling with the serve, and there were questions about her confidence. She was crying on court. Remember in the U.S. Open, like there were big emotions and there were big challenges for her. And then she just dominated on the route to this title, huh? Like this was unbelievable dominance from her all across the board. I'm so impressed with just her toughness, her physicality, and she continues to impress. We take her for granted a little bit because she's so young. This is not supposed to be happening.
And imagine she's doing that without a second serve. I feel like she's double faulting at least 5-6 times every match.
She's so clutch, Harun.
Yeah, she gets down, like she gets broken and then she breaks back. Like she was down double break in the second set against Pegula and then she came back. Like this is really impressive. If you just remove the serve, she's going to become the GOAT.
Unbelievable. I like the number of times she comes back from a breakdown to win sets is countless for Coco. I wish we could pull up that stat.
She's a defensive genius.
Yeah. Brilliant.
The race for year-end number 1 is going to heat up, isn't it?
It's alive, huh? It's alive.
It's going to be interesting.
Coco's keeping it in play. She's keeping it in play.
Definitely.
Yeah. Well, in the meantime, guys, we like to keep it transparent and 100 on this show. So we like to let you know where we were right and where we were wrong. Let's start off with where we were wrong. Yusuf, me and you, we had that pick wrong. We were almost there. You had Medvedev, which was...
We did agree last episode. We said, because everyone said, oh, none of us picked Sinner. We agreed that whoever was the closest is going to be the winner of the week. And both me and you are tied. Harun is in last.
Yeah, because I had Novak Djokovic. Close, but we both missed it.
TSH Jimmy, though, is in 3rd place because he picked Felix Auger-Aliassime.
Yeah, well done, TSH Jimmy. Harun, you had Zverev. Well, he left earlier. He left a little bit early.
He lost the eventual finalist.
Yeah.
And, my guy lost to the eventual finalist, and your guy lost to the...
So maybe I win.
Smile wins.
Maybe me and Yusuf are tied. Like, it doesn't matter when you lost the eventual finalist.
You 100% deserve
That's a nice spin zone.
Nice spin zone. Amazing
It's
spin
the same. It's the same.
Yeah.
Aussies and English people is the same.
Well, where we were right, we were not right about anything. So we were just wrong. So, but we have a chance to make up for it, Yusuf.
Yes, we do.
Because, guys, we have 3 250s happening this week.
And the 6 King Slam.
And the 6 King Slam. So we're going to make our picks. And we're going to show whether we are visionaries or not this week. So let's see. And let's get into it. First up, we have the European Open happening in Brussels, in Belgium. Let's get into it. Who you got in Brussels, Yusuf?
Go to Harun. That's his homeland at the moment. Go to Harun.
Harun, take it away.
So here are the guys that we have that's going to go there in Brussels. We have Zizo Bergs. We have David Goffin, who's always, by the way, electric there. Musetti is going. Felix Auger-Aliassime, who won it before. And one and only Beast Fonseca. I'm going for Felix Auger-Aliassime to defend one of his titles before. Again, he's going to lift the title in Belgium. I saw him play there live. He was amazing. He's going to do it again. Felix Auger-Aliassime for the win, baby.
Yusuf?
You know, Smile, I'm going to go with a player who I believe deserves a title win after what he's been showing us all year long. And he was super close a few weeks ago, and he was crying because he didn't pull it through. I'm going to go with the safe pick actually this week, and you guys might be against me, but come on. I always make fun picks. I believe the seeded 1 player, Lorenzo Musetti, is finally going to get that win that he's been looking for this season, and he will lift the European Open title.
Wow. Okay.
How about you?
Well, you know me. You know who's been training and working on his physicality and his tennis for a while now? Wow, Joao Fonseca, baby. It's his time. He's showing up. First time we've seen him since the Laver Cup. He's going to come with a vengeance. I like his path. I think we're going to see him lift the title.
Okay. Stay away from Smile when he goes on the Wow Joao glaze.
Or get on and you'll have a fun life.
Haroon, Smile loves the Wow Joao glaze.
Yeah, he loves Wow Joao.
I love Wow Joao.
Okay, guys, well, let's take our tournament champion picking talents to Almaty, Kazakhstan. We have a 250 going on there. Haroon, who wins this one?
I'm going for Diallo to lift this title. I picked him to win before in another title. I'm going to pick him again, and I think Diallo's going to lift this title.
Ismail, how about you?
I'm going to go with a recent 250 king. His player's emerging. I love his attitude. They're comparing him to David Ferrer. He's the workhorse of the ATP right now. Luciano Dardiri, I'm going with him for the title. I just love his vibe and his engine.
I was just telling you guys, I love how he plays the game of tennis. But I'm going to go with a guy who's been building momentum, who's been finding his form, and who, when he goes to tournaments like these and he's one of the top seeds, he is supposed to win them. Give me Daniil Medvedev as the champion of the Almaty 250. I think he's going to do it, and I think he's going to come. He's finding his way back, and this is one of the tournaments where he's going to do it.
Wow, you're super high on Medi, huh?
I am high on him. I am.
Super high.
Well, how about this one? We need to go up north, up to Scandinavia, because in Stockholm, Sweden, we have another ATP 250 going on. Smail, who wins the ATP 250 in Stockholm?
It's not so evident who will win this tournament. There are a lot of top players going.
Yeah.
But, you know, a player who has some intense Swedish connections. In fact, his coach is Swedish. Coach Mikael Tillstrom, you need to go check out our interview. His fiance, soon-to-be wife, if not wife now.
No, he got married.
Wife is Swedish.
Yeah.
He's going to be right at home in Stockholm.
Yep.
Give me Denis Shapovalov for this title, baby. Lock it.
Okay. Haroon, how about you?
I was by the way, like conflicted between 2 picks, but this is my pick, who I think is going to be a surprise. Mark Lyall, the Estonian beast. I think this guy is a phenom, and he's going to lift the title in Stockholm. Watch him.
Wow. That's out of left field, Yusuf. Are you backing that one?
Well, I was gonna go with the Chapo show, but I'm gonna pick different so we can have fun. How about this guy who really loves these types of courts, by the way? We haven't heard much of him recently, but give me Ugo Humbert to win the ATP 250 in Stockholm.
Okay.
He is a player who loves the indoor hard. He has that short backswing. He's able to take the ball on the rise, take the ball quick, move you side to side. Great serve. Ugo Humbert is my champion.
Okay.
By the way, guys,
MIA.
Leo Borg is gonna play this tournament, the son of Björn Borg. So it'll be interesting to see him as well.
I think he plays it every year, so I don't know.
Let's see.
I don't know what we're gonna see.
He played the last year, but yeah, he'll play again.
Yeah, nice. Well, last but not least, the granddaddy of them all, the big shebang that goes
big
on.
bucket.
The big money bucket, the money guzzling event that goes on where the beast of the beast attend and the trucks of trucks go home with money. And that is the Six Kings Slam going down this week in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. Everyone's going. Novak Djokovic, Jannik Sinner, Carlos Alcaraz. I have no idea who the rest of the guys. Taylor Fritz, I think, Sasha Zverev.
Tsitsipas.
Tsitsipas, yeah, he's fine and he's going. Okay, so that's the lineup. Haroon, let me come to you. Who in the world is going to win the Six Kings Slam this year?
Ooh, I think I'm going to go with Jannik Sinner. Jannik Sinner, for me, I think he's going to win it. I think I'm going for Jannik Sinner, baby. He's going to be locked in, tunnel vision.
Smile, he went home last year as the champion, took home those 7 big ones. $1 million. Is he going to win it this year again? Who's your champion?
Yeah, you know, the guy that owns him, he got a bit jealous that he didn't go home with that bag last year. So I think we're going to go with Carlitos Alcaraz. I think he's going to want that cash this time. I think he's going to want that cash. I think he's going to make sure it happens this time.
I agree with you. I think Carlito's like, hey, Sinner, last year you took home, God knows, three more million than I did, or I don't even know how much. So give me some this time.
Yeah.
And I think Carlos Alcaraz is going to go home as the Six King Slam champion and continue his quest to pull down give us one of the best tennis seasons we've ever seen.
Yeah. It's going to be on indoor hard, though, so Sinner is going to be favored. So it's going to be a tricky challenge, perhaps, for Alcaraz. Let's see how it plays out.
In Carlitos, I trust.
Yeah, me too. Well, if you enjoyed that, let us know what you think. Tell us about your takes in the comments. We read every single one of them every week. And also, go check out our recent interview with Coach Mikael Tillstrom. You're going to love it. He's coaching Zverev right now. So many interesting and cool insights there. And if you enjoyed that, also check out our other interview with Coach Kristof Vliegen. You're really going to learn a lot. He was former coach of Greek sport. He brought him to the top 10, essentially, or close to it. You're going to really enjoy what he has to say about facing off against top players and how to build trust and get into the right mindset of a top player. Check him out and follow for all the best tennis stories here every week. And we'll see you next week.
Have a good night. Good night. Good night. Very good night.